Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to NBC News, the United Kingdom government announced on Monday that a series of recent arson and vandalism attacks on Jewish sites and a Persian-language media outlet in London were directed by an Iran-backed proxy group. In response, the UK has banned the group, known as the Islamic Movement of the Companions of the Right, IMCR, as well as Iran's powerful paramilitary Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. Security Minister Angela Eagle stated that the IMCR has claimed responsibility for 7 attacks in the UK, including fires at synagogues, Jewish charity ambulances, and a Persian-language broadcaster critical of Tehran. British intelligence officials believe that members of the IRGC's Quds Force were sitting behind the group and directing its operations across Europe. Law enforcement and intelligence experts warn of a rising trend of Iran-backed proxies recruiting local criminal elements to carry out sabotage and intimidation in Europe, primarily targeting Jewish communities and dissident Iranian media. While Iran has not issued an immediate comment, the UK's sweeping ban follows a decision by the European Union earlier this year to list the IRGC as a terrorist organization. According to a report by Lianhe Zaobao, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has announced a major government reshuffle, proposing to replace the prime minister and adjust the heads of several law enforcement agencies. This move underscores his determination to prevent Ukraine from facing the same severe heating and power crisis it experienced last winter. While Zelenskyy did not officially name a successor to the current prime minister, Yulia Sviridenko, sources suggest that Sergei Korytsky, CEO of the state-owned energy company Naftogaz, or former Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal, are being considered. Sviridenko is reportedly expected to be appointed as Ukraine's ambassador to the United States. Zelenskyy emphasized that preparing for the upcoming winter is a primary driver for these changes, as the country's power grid remains highly vulnerable to Russian missile strikes and air defense interceptor reserves are in short supply. To address these vulnerabilities, Zelenskyy recently attended a Coalition of the Willing meeting in Paris where he sought further air defense commitments from Western allies, including the procurement of more Patriot missiles and potential European-Ukrainian defense industrial partnerships. According to Al Jazeera, Yemen's internationally recognized government announced that its forces carried out an attack on the runway of Sanaa International Airport. The government stated the strike was executed to prevent an Iranian aircraft from landing in the capital, which is currently controlled by the Iran-aligned Houthi rebels. Prior to the attack, the Yemeni Defense Ministry warned civilians, diplomatic missions, and humanitarian organizations to immediately evacuate the airport. In response, the Houthis blamed Saudi Arabia for the airstrike, vowing that the aggression would not go unpunished. Later that day, Houthi media reported that the Iranian plane carrying patients and a Houthi delegation back from Tehran had safely redirected and landed in the Red Sea port city of Al-Hudaydah. Additionally, the Yemeni government accused the Houthis of detaining an international committee of the Red Cross aircraft and its pilots at Sanaa Airport. This escalation threatens to reignite the conflict in Yemen, which has been largely frozen since a UN-backed ceasefire. According to a report by Lianhe Zaobao, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has lowered its 2026 global oil demand growth forecast for the third consecutive month in its latest monthly report, adjusting it down to 780,000 barrels per day. This reflects a continued near-term weakening trend, down from its June forecast of 970,000 barrels per day and May forecast of 1.17 million barrels per day. At the same time, however, OPEC raised its oil demand growth forecast for 2027, Despite these downward revisions for the current year, OPEC's overall outlook on global oil consumption remains more optimistic compared to projections from other prominent international agencies, such as the International Energy Agency. According to a report by CNBC, tech giant Apple has initiated a lawsuit against artificial intelligence startup OpenAI. Apple alleges that OpenAI stole its trade secrets to assist in the development of OpenAI's own consumer hardware products. The details of the lawsuit were discussed on CNBC's Squawk Box by reporter Mackenzie Sigalos, who outlined the core elements of the legal battle. While OpenAI has primarily been known for its software and generative AI models like ChatGPT, this lawsuit suggests the company is expanding into hardware and allegedly utilizing proprietary technology from Apple to do so. Apple's legal action underscores the intensifying competition and escalating tension between established tech giants and leading AI developers in the race for next-generation technology. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.